Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. The phone buzzed at exactly 2:17 a.m., lighting up our bedroom like a neon sign advertising betrayal. Paula's side of the bed was cold, empty for the third time this week. I grabbed my phone, expecting some lame excuse about yoga retreats or girls' night out. Sorry, didn't notice how late it got. 15 years of marriage, and she thinks I'm stupid enough to buy that garbage. My fingers moved before my brain could stop them. Is Mike that good? The typing dots appeared, disappeared, then nothing. Radio silence. That's when I knew for certain what I'd suspected for months. My name is Eddie Brogan, 41 years old, and I fix cars for a living. Not glamorous, but honest work with honest dirt under my fingernails. Paula always said she loved that about me when we met. Guess yoga instructors prefer real estate agents with manicured hands and white BMWs now. I sat up in bed staring at that pathetic text. Paula Brogan, my wife of 15 years, mother of nobody because we weren't ready yet, was screwing around with Mike Sloan. The same Mike who sold us our first house, who came to our barbecues, who shook my hand while planning to screw my wife. The front door creaked open at 2:43 a.m. I heard her heels clicking on our hardwood floors trying to be quiet. Too late for that, sweetheart. Eddie? You awake? Her voice carried that fake sweetness she used when she was lying. Wide awake, Paula. How is Mike? She appeared in the doorway, still in that black dress I bought her for our anniversary. Her lipstick was gone, hair mussed, and she smelled like cologne that wasn't mine. I don't know what you mean. Sure you don't, just like you don't know why you've been coming home at 3 a.m. every Tuesday and Thursday, just like you don't know why our credit card shows charges at the Riverside Motel. Her face went white. You've been spying on me? I've been paying attention. There's a difference. Paula straightened up, switching to attack mode. This is exactly why I need space, Eddie. You're paranoid and controlling. And you're a cheating liar, but I'm not making excuses for it. She stormed into our bathroom, slamming the door. I heard the shower running at 3 a.m, washing off evidence of her affair. That's when I made my decision. By sunrise, I had 3 suitcases packed and sitting by the front door. Paula found the suitcases when she came down for her morning smoothie. She stood there in her yoga pants and sports bra, staring at them like they were bombs. What's this supposed to mean? It means you have a choice, Paula, him or me, but you don't get both. You can't just give me an ultimatum. Watch me. She tried tears first. When that didn't work, she tried anger. 15 years, Eddie. Doesn't that mean anything to you? It meant everything to me, past tense. That afternoon, I called my buddy Troy, 6'4", former bouncer, loyal as a pit bull. He came over with beer and listened to the whole story. Mike Sloan, that pretty boy with the BMW, I always knew he was a snake. Yeah, well, now he's Paula's snake. What's the plan, Eddie? That was Troy. Never asked if I was sure, never suggested counseling, just ready to help his friend fight back. First, I need proof, real proof. We hired Connie Martinez, a private investigator who used to be a cop. Tough lady with silver hair and sharp eyes who'd seen every kind of cheating spouse. Honey, if she's screwing around, I'll get you pictures, audio, video, whatever you need for court. Within a week, Connie had everything. Photos of Paula and Mike at the Riverside Motel, audio of them in his car, talking about how boring I was, how they deserved better, video of them at fancy restaurants I could never afford. The worst part? Listening to Paula laugh about our marriage. Eddie thinks I'm at yoga retreats. He's so clueless. That's when I stopped feeling guilty about what I was planning. Mike Sloan worked out at Gold's Gym every morning at 6 a.m. Big surprise, right? Pretty boy had to maintain his image. I started showing up at the same time, just to watch him. He was everything I wasn't, Tall, tanned, perfect teeth, expensive workout clothes. On Thursday morning, I accidentally bumped into him at the water fountain. "Eddie? Hey man, how's Paula?" The balls on this guy. "She's great, Mike. Really flexible these days. Must be all that yoga." His face twitched. "Yeah, she's dedicated to her practice." "I bet she is. How's Sharon?" Now he looked nervous. Sharon was his wife, and she had no idea her husband was playing around. "She's fine. Listen, I should get going." "Sure thing, Mike. Tell Paula I said hi when you see her, which I'm sure will be real soon." I walked away, leaving him standing there with his mouth open. First blood to me. That night, Paula came home early for the first time in months. She was jumpy, distracted. "How was your day?" she asked, not making eye contact. "Productive. Ran into Mike at the gym. Nice guy. We should have him and Sharon over for dinner sometime." She nearly choked on her wine. "I don't think that's necessary." "Why not? We're all friends, right?" The next morning, I moved our joint savings account to a new bank. All legal, all mine. I also canceled Paula's credit cards and removed her access to our safe deposit box. If she wanted to play games, I'd show her how it's done. Paula discovered the money situation on Friday when her card got declined buying groceries. She came home screaming, "You bastard! You can't just steal our money." Our money. Funny, I don't remember Mike contributing to our savings account. This is financial abuse. This is reality, Paula. You want to act single? You can live like you're single. That weekend, I put phase 2 into action. I'd learned from Connie that Mike's wife Sharon was suspicious but had no proof. Time to change that. I created an anonymous email account and sent Sharon everything. Photos, audio recordings, hotel receipts. Everything her cheating husband thought was secret. Monday morning, Sharon Sloan stormed into Mike's real estate office like an avenging angel. The whole thing was caught on the office security cameras, which somehow found their way to YouTube. Mike trying to calm down his screaming wife while his co-workers watched in horror. "You lying piece of trash! Who is she? Who's Paula?" Mike's career in real estate depends on his reputation. Kinda hard to sell family homes when everyone knows you're a home wrecker. Paula called me at work, hysterical. "Sharon knows. She knows everything." "Gee, wonder how that happened." "This is your fault." "My fault? I'm not the one screwing a married man, Paula." That Tuesday, Paula's yoga studio got some interesting visitors. I'd made copies of all the photos and audio recordings. Amazing how many of Paula's clients were married women who didn't appreciate their instructor, setting a bad example. By Wednesday, half her classes were canceled. By Friday, her business partner Greg was asking her to take a leave of absence. "You're destroying my life," Paula screamed when she came home. "No, sweetheart, you destroyed your life. I'm just making sure everyone knows about it." Mike tried calling me that weekend. I let it go to voicemail. "Eddie, we need to talk. This has gone too far. Paula's just confused. She doesn't mean anything to me." I played the message for Troy, who nearly choked on his beer laughing. He's throwing her under the bus already? What a prince. Sunday night, Mike showed up at my house. Big mistake. I opened the door to find him standing there in his expensive suit, trying to look intimidating. "We need to settle this like men, Eddie." "Settle what? The fact that you've been screwing my wife?" "It just happened. We didn't plan it." "Right. You just accidentally fell into bed with her, multiple times, at a motel you paid for. Look, I'll end it, okay? Just stop this crazy campaign against us." I stepped out onto the porch, getting right in his face. "Here's the thing, Mike. You thought I was some dumb mechanic who'd never figure it out. You thought wrong. I never said you were dumb. No, but you thought it. Both of you did. Poor stupid Eddie, working with his hands while his wife screws around with a real man." Mike's face was getting red. "I didn't force her into anything." "No, you just convinced her she deserved better than the man who loved her for 15 years. That's when he made his second mistake. He pushed me. I'm not a big guy, but I've been working on cars since I was 16. My hands are strong from years of turning wrenches and lifting engines. Mike found that out when I grabbed his expensive tie and yanked him off balance. Don't ever put your hands on me again. He stumbled backward, tripping over our porch steps and landing hard on his ass. The whole neighborhood could see him sitting there in his dirty suit, looking like the fool he was. "This isn't over," he said, getting up. "Yeah, it is. You just don't know it yet." The next week, Paula moved in with her sister Kim. Good riddance. The house felt cleaner without her lies filling it up, but Mike wasn't done. Thursday night, he called from a blocked number. "You think you're so smart, don't you, Eddie?" "Smart enough to record this conversation." Silence then. "You can't prove anything." "I can prove everything, Mike. Want to see the photos again?" "You destroyed my marriage." "You destroyed your marriage." "I just documented it." Friday morning, I got a call from Detective Mills. Apparently, Mike had filed a police report claiming I was harassing him. "Mr. Brogan, we need to talk." I met Mills at the station with all my evidence. Photos, recordings, financial records showing the motel payments from Mike's credit card. "So let me get this straight," Mills said after reviewing everything. "Your wife's been having an affair, and when you exposed it, the boyfriend filed harassment charges?" "That's about the size of it." Mills shook his head. "Mr. Sloan didn't mention the affair when he filed his report. Funny how that detail slipped his mind. The harassment charges disappeared faster than Mike's reputation." Saturday night, I was at Pete's bar with Troy when Paula walked in with Mike. They looked terrible. Paula had dark circles under her eyes, and Mike's usually perfect hair was a mess. They sat at the other end of the bar, whispering and glancing at me. Finally, Paula walked over. "We need to talk, Eddie." "No, we don't. I made a mistake. I know that now." "You made a choice, Paula. Live with it." Mike appeared behind her, trying to look tough. "She wants to work things out. And I want $1 million. We don't always get what we want." "Come on, man. She's sorry." I stood up, looking Mike right in the eyes. "You want her? You got her. But don't come crying to me when she gets bored and finds someone new." Paula's face went white. "That's not... I wouldn't... Sure you would. It's what you do." Mike put his arm around Paula possessively. "We don't need your permission." "No, but you need money. And Paula's broke. Her business is gone, her reputation is shot, and I kept the house. Good luck with that." That's when Mike snapped. He took a swing at me, but 15 years of marriage to Paula had taught me to duck. His fist hit nothing but air, and his momentum carried him into the bar. Troy was on his feet instantly, grabbing Mike by the collar. "Easy there, Romeo." The whole bar was watching now, Mike struggling in Troy's grip, Paula crying, me standing there calm as could be. "Let him go, Troy." Mike straightened his shirt, trying to salvage some dignity. "This isn't over." "Yes, it is. You lost, Mike. You both did." I pulled out my phone and showed them the screen. "Smile for the camera. This whole thing's been streaming live to Facebook." Paula looked horrified. "You didn't." "I did. Funny thing about social media, Paula. Everyone you know just watched Mike try to punch me and fail." Mike was staring at my phone like it was a snake. "Delete that." "No." That's when Paula broke down completely. Not pretty crying, but ugly, desperate sobbing. "Please, Eddie, please don't do this." "Do what? Tell the truth?" "I'll do anything. I'll come home, I'll end it with Mike, I'll go to counseling." Too late for that. Mike grabbed Paula's arm. "Come on, we're leaving." But Paula wasn't moving. She was staring at me with something that might have been love or might have been desperation. "I never meant for this to happen." "Yeah, you did. You just thought you'd never get caught." They left together, but I could see it was over between them. Mike was already pulling away from her, realizing she was more trouble than she was worth. 2 weeks later, I got the divorce papers. Paula was asking for half of everything, claiming I'd emotionally abused her by exposing her affair. Her lawyer was some young hotshot who thought he could intimidate a simple mechanic. He was wrong. "Mr. Brogan, my client is willing to settle for the house and half the savings account." I slid a folder across the table. "Your client can have her clothes and her car. That's it." This is hardly reasonable. What's not reasonable is asking for a reward for cheating. The lawyer opened the folder and went pale. Photos, audio transcripts, financial records showing Paula's spending on her affair. "Where did you get these?" "Legal investigation. Everything admissible in court." "My client's reputation will be destroyed." Her reputation destroyed itself. I just documented it. In the end, Paula got nothing. The judge wasn't sympathetic to cheating spouses, especially ones who tried to claim abuse when they got caught. Mike's wife took him for everything in their divorce. Turns out Paula wasn't his first affair, just his last. 3 months later, I was at Pete's bar celebrating the final divorce decree when Paula walked in alone. She looked older, defeated. She sat down next to me without asking. "I heard about Mike." "What about him?" "Sharon got the house, the business, everything. He's living in some studio apartment now. Good for Sharon." Paula ordered a drink with shaking hands. "I lost everything, Eddie." "Yeah, you did. Was it worth it? Destroying my life like that?" I looked at her, this woman I'd loved for 15 years, who'd thrown it all away for a few months of excitement. "I didn't destroy your life, Paula. You did. I just made sure everyone knew about it." She started crying again, but I felt nothing. No sympathy, no regret, no love. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." "I know you are. You're sorry you got caught." I finished my beer and stood up. "Goodbye, Paula." As I walked out of Pete's bar for the last time, I heard her calling my name, but I didn't look back. Some bridges, once burned, should stay that way. 6 months later, I sold the house and bought a garage of my own. Business is good. Honest work, honest money, honest life. Paula moved back in with her parents. Mike left town after his real estate license got suspended for ethics violations. I never saw either of them again. Sometimes people ask if I regret how hard I hit back. The answer is simple. Play with fire, get burned. They thought they were smarter than me, thought they could fool the simple mechanic. They were wrong.